What am I supposed to answer when an American asks me how I'm doing? I started working at a reception in a hotel where people from all around the world are coming to stay. Most of the Americans say something like "Hi. How are you?" when coming to check in, and I can tell it's just a line they are used to say. But I don't know how to reply to that. Am I supposed to answer that? Reply with the same question? Ignore it and just continue the conversation as if they didn't say it? What are the rules of this pre-talk? Help me feel less awkward in these situations, please. Edit: I come from the Czech Republic, now live in Iceland. Edit 2: This is not a hate on Americans. What the hell? I meet people from all around the world every day, and 99 of the interactions I have are super nice. Good. Thanks. How are you? It's just a greeting. We don't typically expect an actual answer unless it's a more intimate relationship. I'm doing well. How about you? I say good. How are you? If you answer that you're having a rough day, or answer with a negative statement, you're going to get, or, "I'm sorry to hear that." Then there will be a brief pause, followed by what they're speaking to you about. It goes like this. Them: "Hi. How are you? Non-American: awful. Everything's gone wrong today." Them: or, "I'm sorry to hear that. That sucks." Pause: "Could I have more towels in room 212? We had a spill and needed the bath towels to clean it up." Edit: having typed the scenario myself and many Americans do care what your answer is. It's a friendly exchange to show care. Alright, alright, alright. Tom Segura says there are two proper responses to this question: fine and good, and if you're not good, you say fine. Living the dream, baby. IDK: whose dream? Good. Thanks or good. How are you? Even if you aren't doing good, they aren't actually interested in hearing why you're having a good bad day. Thanks. You two then think back on that embarrassing moment every night when you go to sleep. As an American, how do non-Americans greet people if "Hi, how are you?" is not standard? You can just ask the question back. It really isn't a question. It is just a greeting. They say "How are you?" You can say "Hey, how are you?" It doesn't matter at all. Fine, thanks. Yourself? Good, thanks. Living the dream is code for "I'm dying inside." I'm good or doing good are very common answers. I'm doing well is grammatically correct. People say it either way. And since they are visiting your job, you probably should end it with "And how are you doing?" I personally almost always ask people I'll live. I think. When I get asked that, doesn't matter if it's my wife, my doctor, a priest, or some random on the street. My dad tells people, "Well, I haven't killed anyone, but the day ain't over yet." My wife will elaborately tell ya exactly what's up and how she's feeling. It's just some crap people say here. Bud. You can run with it and be witty. You can be honest, you can say thanks and ask them. It's just a social nicety we inexplicably still do. If you're not doing well, you can use can't complain or vertical. I often use same ol. Same ol. If you're at work and not in a customer service role, you can say another day, another dollar. Or that's why they call it work and not super fun time. I think in customer service roles, the employer expects a positive attitude no matter what's really going on. Great, how can I help you? Or they might even have a script for you. I usually say everything hurts and I'm dying. Good, good. Thank you. How can I help you? Very good, thank you. How can I help you? You can add a how about you? But that's more for a personal non-work interaction. Since you're asking for a reply to clients, those first two answers are polite, friendly and straight to the point. I say fine and yourself, or another day in paradise. I'd suggest well if you really must know. And then opening up about your deepest emotional traumas and fears. It's a casual pleasantry, but you can also take it different ways. You can interpret it as asking how you are personally doing right now. How do you feel? Or it can be, how is your day going? Not necessarily attached to your personal feelings or mood. Answer how you want. It's very casual. Answer that you're doing great, and then if you're talking with a Minnesotan or Midwestern person, and casually make a comment about the weather, you'll make a friend for life. You could even be slightly personal. And as weird as that may sound, 99% of Americans would know how to roll with that. How are you? Oh, honestly, it has been so busy. Tough day, we'll hang in there. It will get better. Great. You? Fine. How about you? Hey. Hello. Not bad. How about yourself? Can I purchase your child? All acceptable answers. I'm alright means things are going well. Oh. You know means things are not going well. Living the dream means you're about 2 seconds away from jumping off a bridge. Are you? Finger pistols and a yee-haw will do in some places. It's almost impossible to respond incorrectly. Answer the question. Or don't. The person asking doesn't care. TBH. I'm not doing well. Dealing with some deep depression, and I was anxious when I would respond that I'm well. Thank you for asking. I felt like adding a lie to every conversation I'd have would affect me further. I talked with my therapist and now I respond I'm hanging in there. Thanks for asking. How are you? Some ask if I want to say more, and I can choose to share, but mostly don't unless they're a close friend, and now I'm being honest about my current situation. Better than not dead yet. How are you? Bad now, WTF do you want, mate? It's a generic greeting, no different than hello. Any acknowledgement and response is appropriate. Except for actually telling them how you are doing. Good. Thanks. How can I help you would be a pretty standard reply in your situation. Say I'm a neurotic train wreck. How are you? I am fine today, thanks for asking. How are you? That's only if they stop and actually wait for a response. If they keep walking while they say it, say good and you. Lol, I'm Canadian, so we are probably not the right people to ask. A little too chatty on the small talk. Americans don't really care or want to know how you are. It's just an empty saying. Like I up if you're Northern English or I surrender if you're French. They don't mean it. It's just an automatic thing that comes out of their mouths. It is just a casual nice thing for us to say. We are shocked when someone answers earnestly. Just saying, good, thanks, or good, how are you, will work just fine. You can be truthful and say how you're feeling. Or you can something like living the dream or living in paradise, all are equally acceptable. As long as it's a short answer. Maybe 1 or 2 sentences. It is not an invitation to talk about your life story. Good, thumbs up. Great. Thanks, and you. That's all you have to say. Autistic Americans have also struggled with this question, loudly crying.